Sorry for the short break. I had to go and attend to nature.
That's all right.
The Honorable Tiawan Gongloe is here as my guest. The newest presidential aspirant on the block. Let me say welcome, my woman. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine.
You brought a broom again.
I will always carry the broom.
So you mean every time you go, you see corruption somewhere? Because you say you brought a broom to be cleaning corruption around here.
A warning to all corrupt people that when this Councillor Gongloe gets to power as president,
you still carry the broom?
He will carry the broom.
And your bodyguard will not do the broom, only your one will be carrying it?
I will carry the broom. I will carry the broom because that's the weapon that I will use to clean up the government, to have a clean government in Liberia. This is a warning to show that corrupt people belong in jail, not in public offices. In
the last couple of weeks you talk, what have been your political movement? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been going from communities to communities.
Oh,
and talking to the places, the 302 towns that I visited. And in fact, I'm just reminded from the music you're playing, it got me thinking about Paul's Town, where I slept. It got me thinking about Zleta and Grand.
Oh, yeah.
It got me thinking
about Tuzon. The people Zleta and Brother Foundation show.
It really got me thinking about Tuzon. It got me thinking about Putu Tiaman's Town or the Gold. So you went to other places? Yes. I went to Bablo Town. Bablo Town is about 45 minutes away from the main road. Deep in, you know.
And while you were there, you had consultation with these people?
Yes. I went to Batijan, a big gold mining camp in Grand Jeddah County.
Did you set up cells in those areas, Councillor Gongloe?
We did.
You have some partisans there?
That's why we are talking. That's why we are talking to people. I'm just talking to one bagger right now. You know, we have people everywhere. Now, that was the main reason for going around.
Okay.
I really set a high standard for looking for the presidential job. I'm going to 302 towns. There's no history that anybody looking for this job.
Yeah, because when I hear Councillor Gongloe is in the other side, because many times I myself please call to you and say, I want to come on the show, let's talk some politics. Say, Jala ain't Grand Crew.
Yes. I'm in Bogasa.
Of course, you said those
yes, yes.
But all you have done, Councillor Gongloe, I hear political parties going to primaries, they're going to elect leaders of their party and SYZ. Where is your party in terms of structure? How structured are you in terms of bringing people on board, the party chairman, the other person, or when do you go to convention to?
We are going to go to convention well, of course, we have elected our standard bearer.
Of course.
We will go to convention in the counties soon. And in the areas, in some areas, we have one representative candidate in the district. That person goes. Okay. Right? Where we have two or more, we will do primaries. But we are representing every county. As
a matter of fact, I went to FOIA. I was doing a street interview and asking people who want to vote for. And strangely, and not strangely, I can't say strangely because Joseph Boakai did not get a vote in FOIA, but you got a vote there.
Of course, because I went to FOIA and appear on your FOIA community radio up the hill.
Okay, you mean the other one they call Tematiko?
I think that is it.
Tematiko, Kitoma, one
way up the hill, not Kitoma. The other one is way up the hill.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also went to Shallow.
Yeah, you went to Shallow.
I went to Shallow. I gowned the elder son of Jamba Taylor, Robert Taylor.
Yeah.
And then he took me to the hand pump. He said, the hand pump is spoiled. He said, I don't bring anybody here because I don't want people to look like that we are begging. But you are genuine. I listen to you on the radio. You are authentic. You care for people. I just brought you here. I'm not begging. I'm just showing. And I said, oh, if you go find, you need to find a technician around here and let's fix it together.
Okay.
Yeah. So
but let's talk more about your political arrangement, your primary. You say you go to primary soon. Are you also thinking about naming a running mate? I'm asking this question because there have been some maneuverings around. I've been hearing the name of Alexander Cummings since Joseph Boakai named his running mate. That he's looking for people like you to form a party. When you came the other day here, you despise him and say, it's not going anywhere, SYZ. But again, these political marriages will happen. There will be disagreements in the opposition. But at the end of the day, you say, let's come together for common purpose. So who are you looking for? Because Cummins is still in the stage of finding a running mate. The name of Nyomli has come out. I've not heard the name of Tuka Gibe McIntosh, who has been a supported arm of him. But the name of Gongloe keeps surfacing. And I'm told that I'm in the political arena. When you talk to other people, they say Gongloe is being seen as somebody who Alexander Cummins could pick. But from when you spoke that day, I thought that you don't have that.
My name has been surfacing everywhere.
Okay.
You know, I'm a new politician, but my name, Tiawan Gongloe, as a lawyer, is
it's a permanent name.
All over the country. You know, it's been on the radio, everywhere. And so, you know, before Baga picked his running mate, people were pairing me on the Facebook, Baga and Tiawan, one round.
Yeah.
I was just laughing.
And you have seen that?
I've seen all that. And then they say,
why do you laughing?
Baga and Cummins, you know, I mean, it's like a beautiful young lady in town. Everybody's chasing that beautiful young lady, you know. So I was seeing myself.
So Tiawan is seen to be a beautiful young lady in the town.
That what appeared to me.
I see.
And so they kept. I said, okay, if I'm the person that can make Baga win or Cummins win, then come for me. You don't have to pair me with someone.
Yeah.
Just you know, vote for me.
Vote for me as a president.
Exactly. Because if you say without me this ticket can't win and without me this ticket can't win, then just vote for me. That's easier.
Is there a reason why you think all of these people are coming after you to be their running mate or to pair with them in election?
But Jala, everything that you look for in a president is in most times people look for someone who understands the economy, who has a degree in economics and knows something about the economy. Sometimes they look for a lawyer. Now there's a man who is both a lawyer and an economist, who have taught both courses at the University of Liberia, and then has worked both in the legal sector as Solicitor General and worked in the economic sector in the government as Minister of Labor. Labor is a factor of production. You know,
a factor of production.
It is a factor of production. So I work in the economic area, I work in the legal area. So not just that I know law and know economics, but I have actually worked in the sectors. So, you know, experience is a better teacher than even just reading or hearing. Some people hear about things. But I have been practically in government and I left marks in those places. I transformed Ministry of Justice in the prosecution area. For the first time in the history of Liberia, since 1847, it was only when Councillor Gongloe became Solicitor General that law school graduates were appointed county attorneys in the 15 counties based on his recommendations. So it was based on my recommendation. I had, for the first time, county attorneys being given government cars. Because they were not educated, some of them were just not even high school graduates. Government didn't care for them. They were giving them $200, $300. But when we recommended our law school graduates who are attorneys at law be appointed, some of them even counsel at law at the time, be appointed county attorneys. All of them were giving twin cabin pickups on my recommendation, a generator, each of them, a laptop, and then money for prosecution.
So you have made a lot of people here in terms of their professional area in the lawyering area.
They are so happy right now. The county attorney, I think you are from Lofa, or you're from Bon County.
Bon County,
okay.
Lofa, yes.
But the first female county attorney of Bon County was based on my recommendation. Councillor Serena Galaulo. She was a little bit shy at the time. SG Auntie, I can make it. I said, you will make it. And she became the first female county attorney of Bon County.
That is your record.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the current county attorney in Lofa, funny I say you're going to Lofa, I say, I've been living in Monrovia all the time, I can only spend 12 months in Lofa. I say, I agree. It's just that you journalists, most times they know Councillor Gongloe to tell you, they can't know, just want 1 minute with you. And they will have all their words.
Yeah.
So I say, yeah, I agree, but just go for 12 months. He is still there since 2007 or 8.
Councillor Gongloe.
So, and Labor Ministry, my policy through the issuance of regulation number 17 got a lot of Liberians to get jobs that foreigners were doing. That was my way. I strongly believe in liberalization, and so I sort of implemented what I felt in the labor sector when I became Minister of Labor. I completed the labor law that is being used now, Decent Work Act. It was under my administration that was completed and submitted to the government. That's transformation.
So these are areas you have worked in
so there's no,
to make to change the
right,
situation.
There's no aspirant now that can point to changes that he made in government. And Cummings is ground zero because he had never worked in government. You know, he's never worked in government. He worked in the business sector.
So you didn't see him going anywhere?
No, when you work in business, you maximize profit.
And this is not business entity you're going to run here?
No. You know, in government, you even borrow money to take care of people, to take care of security and welfare. So you don't make profit. That's why when I hear the Minister of Finance, my younger brother talking about, I got budget surplus. I said, what happened to the road? What happened to the clinic? What happened to the school? You don't get surplus.
So you didn't see Cummings as a factor in this election because he wants to come to maximum profit?
No, we have to be fair to the Liberian people. That you must know something before you actually, say you can deliver service. You must know the thing that you want to give to people.
So Cummings has not been used before, so you cannot.
You cannot give what you don't have. He does not have any knowledge in governance. Has never worked in the government of Liberia. Some Liberians live in America and work even in the federal government. He never worked in the federal government or state government. That is just the truth. So everything he says will be what he has read. And what you have read is not sufficient. You have to be tested. That's why we always say, oh, okay, you say you got a degree. What is your job experience? Even here, when you came to work here, that because ELBC employ you, FBS employ you because you interview me at OKFM. And you've been to other places. So you show experience. To put you on the show, they wouldn't have taken the risk of putting you on a national airway if you didn't have experience.
Okay.
So it is important. This Liberia, there are people who work in the government, like Talbot, work through in the executive branch and then work in the legislature, stay called hard time as president. Ellen said he worked as assistant minister of finance, deputy minister of finance. I saw a deputy minister of finance. I was on the intellectual discourse committee at the University of Liberia in 1979 when we invited her as minister of finance. So she went through all that work with the United Nations, World Bank, and all that. And still, governors gave her a hard time. On a mission, I couldn't fight corruption.
So you said, what about the Cummings who have not been there?
Exactly. I mean, all we can say here, buying, picking the bag.
And so you're most suited for the position of Cummings?
The most suited. Than everybody.
Okay.
Then even old man Bwaka, why do I say so? Because he's only been on one side. He's been in government. He never been on the other side being critical. There's not one day that he was critical of anything that any government did in this country.
Really?
And it's the truth. And if you're not critical...
What about his performance in the 12 years as vice president? Does it not prepare him to be suited for being president on the ballot?
In this station, he himself said to the Liberian boy, he squandered opportunities. And he was a packer, which means he was not doing much.
The old packer in the garage.
That's what he said. Nobody said it about him. So, and for 12 years he was doing that. And when he did that, he just gave himself a way to CDC, and that was the campaign message for CDC.
Now, if you say these words about Bwakai, it means that you are not in support. I know that. You are questioning his ticket for picking one of your sons to be his running mate, Jeremiah Kung, which of course your sister, who was the former senatorial candidate, who came narrowly defeated by him, has said that this man did not win election very fairly in Nimba. She has some disparaging comments about him. What do you think about the ticket of Bwakai and Kung?
I'm not a unity party.
I'm asking your own perspective as a politician.
I'm concerned more about my
yes,
side.
but we can't talk this before talking about that, Council. So can you take 1 minute just talk about that?
No,
what do you think about that ticket?
I do not want to talk about the ticket. All I say, I'm better suited to lead Liberia, and because of that, I have no doubt that Liberians will vote for me because I came on your radio the other day and told you things I want to do about for Liberian people in the educational sector and show how I would do it, in the health sector and show how I would do it, in the road sector and show how I would do it, in food production and show how I would do it. I am the only aspirant who have said, this is what I want to do for Liberians and these are the ways I want to do them. I think the people need to know that. You know, and it comes from being a critic of government and also working in government and testing my ideas that you can work in government and actually execute the things that you want to execute. You know, the things that you want to do for Liberian people. I have been there, done that. So I have experience. I have never heard Omer Barga criticize anything. The only government I heard him criticize is the government in power now.
The George government.
Obviously, because, of course.
He wants to be president too.
Exactly. But I never heard him criticize Taylor government, Doe government. In fact,
and you were all around here as someone prominent in society.
Never criticized top of government. I went to jail under top of government. I suffer under Doe. I suffer under Taylor. It's obvious, you know.
I know what happened to you.
I was defending you journalists at the time.
Course.
Not because I committed.
And you also defended us under his government when many of our colleagues were grabbed and incarcerated.
It is
beaten
true.
and all of those you defended the president here.
Including the leaders of the political party in power. You know, Moba Molu, everybody I used to represent.
I know you spoke on their issues before.
And I went to the police station many times to release them and to the magistrate court many times to release them. So that is working for Liberia. I'm a leader. I consider myself, in fact, for a long time I've been saying I'm a one-man peacekeeper. Because when political leaders are grabbed and put in jail, or activists are put in jail, or journalists are put in jail, these are people who belong to, who are connected to the society, and sometimes people will rise up with them. So when I go to the police station and get a person released, I sort of bring calm to the society. When I go to when many times Costa are put in jail, for example, I will go and get Costa out of jail, and then people living on, they will be dancing in the street.
And I know he was arrested for breaking curfew that time.
All of that.
I was in Bassa. I know what happened here when you provided legal representation.
Right, Emmanuel Gonkwe, the last time he was in jail, I was in Babula, our president Bar. I came and got him released, and there was tension building. So I do that. I serve my country. I've been serving my country outside government, and I've been criticizing government. I want to come there to show how to govern properly. Because you know when I'm president, I'll be more criticized than anybody else because everybody will be watching me to cross the line that I shout at other people for.
And you'll be very careful not to cross.
Very careful. I'll be very careful not to cross.
Sometimes power swell the heads of people. And, you know, you see oh man, well, move on. Don't put out did
you know what I tell people? One of the barometers is Cllr Street at Taisha. I have never left from there. And I said to them, when I'm president, I will come here. Because a lot of unemployed people, they are brutally friendly. They don't care who you are. They will tell you how to feel about you. And it helps you, you know, to check yourself. If people don't criticize you, you never know what wrong you are doing. I like to be criticized.
Councillor Gongloe, people think that from when you go to the Atai shops and you walk in the street, they audacity here. Many people think that Councillor Gongloe really doesn't want to be president now. He wants to prepare himself for 2029 because he sees that we are government as a force to contend with, given the fact that the other parties are coming, Joseph Boaka and your Nimba brother, and that the Cummins come to pick Nyombe and SYZ. I asked him already, what do you want to do differently when you want to be elected president? He said you want to fight corruption SYZ. But that's the perception of other people.
I talk about education. And these are sectors I work in. I talk about education. I talk about health.
Are you marketing yourself now for 2029? Are you very serious about the presidency now?
I am very serious about the presidency. Listen, I have done things that people have not done in this country. I've gone an extra mile.
Such as what?
Crossing the Cessna River, for example, and going to President George Weah's mother's town, as I told you, 35 minutes on the Cessna River upstream for a distance like from Brewerville to Carisburg, on a wide, dangerous river that has crocodile and all of that. And the old man asked me, why are you taking a risk? I said, there's no risk too big for me to take for Liberia. and I want to be president for the Liberians that live in Monrovia, Sestos City, and across the river. You know, I've done that. I've gone across monkey bridges, some of them as long as from here to the main road. One of them is in a home of a place called Balahum. Balahum is the home of the late Dr. Cassell, who wanted to be president.
That's in the Gbani Chiefdom.
I reached there before they told me that Dr. Cassell started. I said, but why didn't build bridge? You know, he's a millionaire, but I wanted to monkey a bridge.
You want to build a bridge there when you become president some days?
We will develop all of Liberia. We'll develop all of Liberia. Now, we will look at the most underdeveloped areas like southeastern Liberia, like some parts of Lofa. That road to Lofa, we have to put at least some caterpillars on it in the first few months of government. We have to put, like I said the other day, at least 5 to 10 caterpillars on the road between Banga and Vonjama. In fact, up to Foya, while the road, you know, is being paved gradually, but people have to move freely. We have to put 10 to 15 caterpillars on the road between Ganta and Fishtown, where the pavement has stopped, so that people can move freely, because there can be no development without movement. Now, you know, right now poverty is being multiplied by this government by its failure to maintain the road. Because, Chala, if you are in Webo or even in Boajiken, in Grand Cru, Webo is in refugee, and you have a planting farm or a banana farm, and you harvest it, you put it in a truck. If you take 2 weeks on the road to get them, they all get rotten.
But can you attest to the fact that the Georgia government has done significant things on the road from Nimba, I mean, Ganta, to that of the Cllr area, where some work have been done, unless beyond that area? You were there.
Please don't mention that.
Why should I mention that? Because as a fact of heard from the Mayans themselves like you, and I saw some portion of the work being done.
So why I say don't mention it? Because the road stop around Kokopa, and the Chinese packed their things and left the road because government failed to pay them. So there's not even a shovel on that road right now. It's been that way for more than 3 months.
Even if it were that way, Council, the fact that it started from the Ganta up to that point, isn't that a considerable thing that you, as a fair politician, can appreciate the government for?
You know,
even though it's continuing.
I don't understand when you do a little piece of work and you should have done even more than that. You don't really deserve, you know.
You deserve anything.
No, you don't deserve praises for doing less than what you should have done. This is the 6th year of the government, and you say in Nimba they built few miles of road from Ganta, when President Salif, who I've been very critical of, paved the road from Coca-Cola factory to Ganta, to the Guinea border. And you are saying because he built a little bit of the road, you know, maybe 30, less than 30 kilometers, and you want me to praise him for that? He had not even completed the Sanicular road that started under President Salif.
Okay.
You know, you know, the only road, so when they say Barrow medicine, people don't want to hear that in the southeast. From Grand Jida all the way to Sasta, nobody want to hear about Barrow medicine. When you say they want to cause your mind, they say, what kind of Barrow medicine?
I will come to look at your 100 days in office if you're elected to council. Let me recognize some of the guys who are Adam followers. They're following me right now. Mr. Valentin Kaju Perez, Jala, I'm following you. And our coach from the USA, Valentin Kaju Perez. Ambassador Christopher Sion Kume said Grand Prix County. And Valentin Perez said, our leader and coach, Tiawan Gongloe. Godson Richard Molu Jr., following me from Zewa Damai and Bon County, brother. He's watching me. That's Godson Richard Molu and Makati Bido, the man who watches me from Maryland. And other that I saw you say on the plane come to Monrovia. This man is just truthful and honest in his words and deeds. Liberia deserves him. Makati Bido says that. Kennedy George is I'm following from Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County. While Kolba Biakwe said watching you from Vanyama City. And Makati Bido, yes. Peter one day says I'm following you guys from Maba Point Hotel. Thanks for the show. Mark Tibiro and Martha Sunday are joining me in the discussion. Let me see if I can just read the last batch of these comments and come back to my here. But Rose Baker is joining me from somewhere along the Gardensville area. Rose, welcome. Desiree Swens, good afternoon. Watching from Nimba County, Honorable Gongloe, welcome to the show. Now, Council.
You know, I like you mentioned Lufa. You know, I'm so connected in this country. Yeah, I am from Nimba because that's where my father was from. That is a paternalistic society.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Bonkande in District 1.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's where my late mother came from.
Oh, your mother had a link with the Pele people?
Yes, in fact, I was there 2 weeks ago. The people of Wulota, the people of Kwaita called the people of Wulota to introduce their nephew to them. And there's another program that is going to happen in the next few weeks with them presenting me to the whole of Bon County. Then in Grand Juda, I'm called Pulignon, Savior.
Pulignon?
Yeah, that's my Grand Juda name, Pulignon. In Basa, they call me Ghana. Yeah. I was called, and then another time they call me Ghana Che. So, you know, Ghana, you mean men I come.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so.
Ghana Che means men I go.
Yeah. Then I'm called in Maryland, I'm called Wamu.
Wamu.
Bless us.
Okay.
In Cape Mount, I'm called Tonier.
Tonier.
Stay with us.
Oh, so, that's what I know. If I mind you all the names, you call it 15 names.
Yeah, but that just show I enjoy knowing like
so it tells me you cross.
It's important for anybody who want to be president of this country to leave the mean road and go to the people. The way they appreciate it, everywhere I went, they say, hey, nobody has been to us before. Even the senatorial candidate can send people here to leave the road and come in the bush here and sleep with us. And you know what it meant for me, a Nimbayan, a political leader from Nimba, sleeping in Tucson, the home of Samuel Do, they were so happy. They danced.
You think that no other political leader could do that?
Coming from Nimba, given what happened.
Yeah, between the Mayans and the Grand Gideons.
Yes. The two-time Prince Johnson went, could he have gone to Tucson? Maybe he could have gone.
They were chasing him now.
No, maybe they were going to receive him. But he didn't go there. You need a leader who can relate to all of the people.
Okay. Council, let me ask you this question.
And before you ask me the question, Lofa people are my in-laws. My wife's father is from a place called Zina Loma, the same time that Zago comes from.
Zina Loma?
Yeah.
You marry a Loma woman?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Zina Loma, one day when I went on my trip to Lofa, I slept in Zina Loma up the hill there in the morning.
And I hold a pocket chicken for you
that in the morning, I pay a bride price.
Again?
Because when I hear, I pay another bride price to them.
And the case of chicken that goes for you?
Yes, everything. And then I went to my mother-in-law's home, Masu, Yanamana home, in the Bandi land. It's up the hill also. So, the Loma people are my in-laws.
But you're a poor man lawyer. Where are you getting all the money from the big going across the country?
Look, when I left from here, for example, I get on the road, maybe $500, $1,000 with me, and I start calling. That's why I know that I'm not poor. Because when I call people and say, look, I'm in Lofa, things are tough. A friend of mine in America, he doesn't want to call his name. He said, I'm sending $2,000 now for you to buy motorbikes. Because there may be places in Lofa that I was in Zosa. He sent $2,000, we bought 2 motorbikes right there. Another friend sent $1,000.
And you got on the motorbike, you're going around?
I didn't get on the motorbike. Just in case we could not.
Yes, sir.
So we went everywhere, and people were with the motorbikes ahead of us going and telling the next town we are on our way. And people were sending money out. I have supporters around the world. I don't have money in my pocket, but I'm not a poor man because when I get in trouble, people do.
Thank you. Let me welcome Mr. Eda James C. Blade Jr., monitoring from Hartford City, USA. David S. Chie, Washington from is a Comrade Councilor Tiawan Saye Gongloe, the People's Leader. Vase Kamara, Washington from Greensboro, New York City. Darlington Road, good afternoon, Washington from New Georgia. Julius Kennedy, Washington from Tingers Village. He has joined me. Ma'am Betty's son. I'm Chris Silly from Zletown. Ziad, number 1 Door Administrative District, Tabata District. I'm following you live from North Dakota, USA. Why, Valina, I read your comments. Ambassador Christopher Say, I read your comments. And Willie Henry says, good afternoon, Councillor Gongloe. He's honestly the best for Liberia. He is a man of principle and always remains straight. He says, Assumption Nimba, watching from Liberia Sinker. He says, anointed Eric Benedict Bawuyon, watching from Buchanan, and Stanford this summer King, watching from Magibi. But Council, honestly, let me just ask you that we can open the line for a few minutes. Now, Nimba seems to be a county that is politically divided. Georgia obviously will get votes there. You have the Bwaka now pick a son from there, and you have been there. You are from there. Your sister got most of the votes from that region. How do you see the Nimba politics right now? And
there's no problem in Nimba. There's no problem in Nimba. History has shown from 1985 that when a son of Nimba runs for the presidency, Nimba votes for that son of Nimba. It happened to Jackson Hebdo. It happened to Prince Johnson twice. It happened to Koto. There's consistency in that. Right now, there has been opinion polls on radio stations in Nimba. Are we looking for the tail of the vice president, or are we looking for the head?
Who the head?
They virtually unanimously.
Who is the head in this case?
Presidency.
Yeah.
They say presidency and vice presidency. Vice presidency is the tail. So they had opinion polls on many radio stations in Nimba. Are we looking for the head, which is the presidency, or the tail? Majority of the people voted.
They will not go for the tail.
No.
They go for the head.
Yes, overwhelmingly.
And the head element.
Yes. So there's no problem there.
So how you see Joe? We have chances there too.
No, he's not going to win with Councillor Gongloe in the race. He's not going to win. Yeah, the people will eat his money. Nimbaians will not.
And you will not get money though. Yeah,
no,
Joe, we have money.
They don't. What money do I have? What I know is that I've always been providing legal
Nimba Kwado, people of Nimba called Nimba Kwado, Nimba One People, the Nimba for We Are, and all of those. They're standing by to support George Weah. Now you say he will not win no vote there.
Look, I've seen politicians, I don't want to name names, who had so much money and their following was so. They have great followers in this town. They shut down the town and they went to polls. And even in the areas, one particular politician I know of, he won with about 20% to register one place. On a day.
I listened to that in my country. He was crying that day. He said, even the church people, I get my money to the temple, but I go vote. Only my one vote in our place.
Not only that, but that person only here one voted. That one in over here. So I don't mind the crowd. I am engaged in the communities. Yesterday I went into a community. You'll be surprised. You know, in Bagumba Avenue, I actually went to the Veteran Bureau. A lot of people were following me. I went all over. I was surprised at the kind of reception I received.
So you say see yourself as one of the popular candidates in the 2020?
Well, I'm a street politician. Nobody. I walk the street all over the place. I don't have plenty of security people behind me up and down. Power belongs to the people. It is for their benefit and security that you want to be president. So why are you afraid of them?
Thank you,
I always go to them.
Let me take this time to take some calls, and I have the first caller here. He is the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism. Jalawa Tompo is my guest here. Jalawa, welcome. This Orlando, just drop a call. I want to take the minister. You embarrassing this conversation right now. Just drop it. Let me talk to the minister. Oh no, I can't. Okay, shut down to Richard. Okay, Jalawa, welcome. How are you?
I really want to hear what you say.
Yeah. So, Councillor Gongloe say he wants to listen to you. Go ahead. Let's hear you. We have only 5 minutes to take calls.
The unfortunate thing is that I'm not getting you through the phone.
Through the phone or the radio? Which one?
I'm getting you through the radio, and there will be a feedback if I'm getting you through the radio, but I'm not getting you through.
But I'm getting very clear. I'm in the studio. Just saw the other people listening to you make a comment.
Clear.
You're very clear.
Okay, so and I like the conversation, right? And let me ask Councillor Gongloe. I don't know how you feel about press freedom, that you sit on national radio, public radio, the state-owned radio at this point in time to criticize a sitting government. And the next thing I want to say is that I think Cllr Gongloe, the politics is now changing you to become an insincere person. The sincerity that used to be in you is now going away. To say that President Weah has not done anything when it comes to road construction, or maybe what he has done, much has not been done. I think you are not done well for yourself. You're becoming more or less insincere to yourself. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Let me to the next caller here. Welcome. You have 10 seconds to make your case. You have to reduce our monitor and leave the screen. You are.
Yeah, how are you, Mr. Jala?
I'm okay.
This is Evan Swan from District Number 2.
Evan, welcome. You have 10 seconds. You are in a very terrible noise.
Yeah, these are business people walking along the way. Okay, I think I'm clear now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay, let me say thank you to Honorable Tiawan Gongloe for his little explanation. And what I want to say to him is that we all know the name Mr. Tiawan Gongloe in this country to be a poor man lawyer. When I was at the University of Liberia, there are a lot of things that he done for students within the student communities. When it comes to rioting, people protesting here and there.
Yeah, all of those things we know them. Just make a case now because those are history.
But you know what? One thing I want to say to him is that that's being very ungrateful when you see somebody has done.
Oh, I think he gone off. Let me tell you next caller. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, Jala, how you doing? This is your uncle. And Lauren calling you from Lumagande to visit District Number 2.
They cancel Gongloe come before you to see you. Okay. Now, so what you want to say to the councillor here? You want to be president?
Okay, let me just talk to the lawyer. If you talk about the freedom of the journalists, at least if even being for the journalists that say President Weah does nothing, can we compare the whole 1980 April 12th with President Weah today doing local road and other areas where we were not even expecting our people could not do it? So whoever go against President Weah, you will against the students. Thank you so much, Jala.
Thank you. As Lauren Baba, the next caller is here. Welcome. Let's hear you. From where? Let's say you have 10 seconds. Let's hear it quickly. Okay. Nimba waiting for Bwaka. The next caller, welcome. Let's hear you. Good evening. Let's hear you quickly. I don't know what's happening to your line today. It's just getting bad. Every time you call, I will say your line is bad. Oh, let's try again, Kwebu. Try. Let's hear you. Try. Let's see.
Okay, thank you. Let me appreciate it. You know, we are the some of the councillors there, but what is to contact the councillors and the especially to the CBC official and even the deputy minister to call back.
Okay.
That with most of the group, also President Weah, that President Weah from 0% up to 100%.
Thank you. You made your comment. You made your point. Thank you. Let me take the next caller. Someone is trying to comment on WhatsApp number. Hello, welcome. You have just 10 seconds. Hello, make your point. You have time, oh. Who's the caller here? Oh.
How are you?
Hello, the next caller. Welcome. How are you? Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Chala.
Bob, you have 5 seconds. No time. Go by the councillor.
Yes, thank you. I think I've been over the years listening to your studio guest. He was passionate about the issue of war crime. Is he still committed to the establishment of a war crime code in Liberia for people who perpetrate crime against the people of this country?
Thank you, Bob.
Yes, okay.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. I think I have this guy who was trying to call me on the WhatsApp number. Let me see if I can take him. Madam Rose Baker, or you are calling me right now? Oh, let me take the 5 seconds, Madam Rose Baker. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Because of Gongloe went to your home or you went all the way in Lofao. Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, my Rose. This guy has been calling me on the WhatsApp number. Please just call back. I'll take it for just 30 seconds or so, because I don't want to disappoint my OSA caller. Please do not call this number now. I want to get that OSA caller from the WhatsApp number. Again, Councillor Gongloe is here. We have just 2 more minutes to be here, but again, he's my guest. You know, usually he brings a lot of sense to the discourse. He's an opposition politician, but he always invites. He comes always to this show. Let me see if I can take this guy who on the WhatsApp number. Oh, he gone off. Oh, let me see. Okay, Council, we're closing up. Let's hear you.
No.
Yeah.
You see, that's the problem in Liberia. Ignorance, President Thomas said, ignorance was the worst disease in Liberia. Now, when you are ignorant and humble, you can learn.
Okay.
There's redemption. But Jalawa, Tombo just display ignorance and arrogance right now.
What was the arrogance, sir?
When he comes and says, Councillor Gongloe is insincere and says, when somebody is doing something, why you can't show it? When he says, oh, how do you enjoy press freedom? This radio station, to the credit of the past administrations, even under Ellen, people came on this radio station who are opposing views. As far back as the 70s, Dr. Sawyer was one of the leaders of Moja. He had a program on this radio station and television called Forum. And he used to bring radical thinkers here. So LBS, to its credit, has tried many times over the years. So for him to say what he just said is an act of ignorance. And for him to even say, you know, how the other things, the place he come from, he is from River G. For me to leave from Kilipo Kamweke to Bepo Kamweke on my trip in River G, which is 20 to 30 minutes away, it took me 8 hours. I left Kilipo Kamweke at 5 o'clock. I hope he's listening. And I reached Bepo Kamweke 1 a.m. in the morning because of bad road. There were over 20 cars stuck in the mud. Let him not, the way he's speaking.
These are challenges that have been there before, Council.
This government came to change for hope, where it has created hopelessness and despair and unhappiness. So the way he's speaking, I don't think he can step to Virginia because he's actually making the people in Kilibo, Kanweke, and Jakake and other areas.
I think the minister was there when he lost one of his parents. I think he was there.
But let me tell you more. If your speaker, the speaker of our House of Representatives, can pass through Ivory Coast to go to Plivo Sadaken because he could not go on a bar road, that was disgraceful, shameful. It made me feel really ashamed and disgraced as a Liberian. You want to pass on the people farm road that they are fixed? Why couldn't he go through Grand Jide or through Grand Bassa County to go to Plivo? Then he, as Minister of Information, can talk about they are fixed road. Where? That is shameful.
Thank you, Councillor Tiawan Gongloe. The man who has the broom in his hand. We are open to these discussions. As time go by, either during the campaign or after campaign, whatever, before campaign, we'll bring more of these voices here.
When I come from the streets,
this is a scholar boy.
Yes.
And that's how I'm going to leave you on this Monday afternoon. If all goes well tomorrow, I will have Assistant Minister Benedict Cllr here to talk about so many issues in our national politics. Demwa Fofana has been behind my camera providing all the sounds as well. While Musu Salif has been providing technical services here as well. Melvin Stewart is here. I'm leaving in the hands of Melvin Stewart. Remember Jala Grayfield chapter 1 verse 1. Let's talk and talk and talk and never shall we fight. Fighting shall never be our portion. My name is Jala Emmanuel Niki Kalufagala Kian Balakulinyale want to go. Zobo Wamangana Po. Cllr Grayfield. Join me again tomorrow. Have a good day.